Hey everyone, this is Huey Plays and welcome back to a new video. This is a bit different than what you'd expect. Normally I chuck up some gaming stuff and random clips and all that, but I thought today I'll do something different and I'll be ranking all Elite Wrestling's roster into a tier list from S to F, which is pretty basic stuff. So, the very top of the crop, the best wrestlers go to S, and then work through the roster, then sort them out into each tier. I've seen a couple other people do it, and I thought it'd be a pretty good idea. Disclaimer: this is my opinion, my preference on these people. If you want to have a healthy discussion as to why I put someone in C instead of B or A, then we can talk about it in the comments. But just know this is my opinion, so don't be too much of a Karen. But anyway, we'll get stuck into it. So we'll just work our way from Preston Vance here, number 10, all the way down to Yuka Sakazaki. There's a few people missing because this list was made by someone else and it doesn't have everyone. So it doesn't have Daniel Garcia or Lee Moriarty. But I can just mention those two anyway. They can be unofficially in the list. But pretty much it has most of the roster. So it's got Leo Rush, he was one of the new ones. Brian Danielson, and pretty much everyone else, so Bobby Fish. So, alright, we'll get stuck into it. This is the first time I've done a tier list, so I'm excited to see how this goes. So let's get stuck into it. First up, we have Preston Vance, number 10. He's a very solid big guy. He's part of the Dark Order. I really like what he brings. He's got a big future ahead of him. I'm thinking either B or C. For now, I'll put him as C. It's nothing against him personally. He's only been on TV for a bit over a year, so he's still pretty new to the scene. But his potential, I reckon, can definitely be an A. Keen to see how he goes. And also, all these people I can change after the fact. So if I put everyone down and I see, so-and-so is in the same level as Adam Cole, for example, that's a bit off, I can change it. So we'll work through it. Alan Angels, also part of the Dark Order. I can't say I haven't seen too much of him. I've only been watching it probably the last several months, but I've kept up with it for well over a year now. Other people say he's a very solid worker, and puts in great effort to his character. I can't say I've seen too much of him. So I'll probably put him in C as well for now. Obviously, the Dark Order is one of the top groups at the moment. And everything that happened with Brody Lee, may he rest in peace. And everything with -1, it's fantastic. And obviously, Hangman, Adam Page, unofficially, he's back now. He's unofficially leading the group, so they've got a great thing going. But specifically for Alan, number 5, I can't really speak too much on him, but I'll put him in C for now. Next up, we've got Abaddon, who recently just had a trick or treat match against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I thought it was a pretty good match, actually. I love how they're protecting her character, even though she lost. She's trying to do the Undertaker type of thing, rise up, no selling, couple of moves, using the thumbtacks. So I appreciate the effort they're putting into a character. Also appreciate the work Abaddon's putting in too. She's keeping kayfabe alive in videos, interviews, and I appreciate the craft. So I appreciate the work she's putting in. And personally, I like her character as well. To be honest, I'm going to put her as a B. I do like her character, and because I put 10 and 5 in C, I like her better than them for now. So I'll put her as B for now. Obviously, she's divisive with the fans. Some people like the supernatural, some don't, and it's perfectly fine either way. Just enjoy what you like. At the end of the day, that is all that matters. And for me personally, I like her character. I like the effort she puts in, the character, so I'm putting her as B. Andrade El Idolo. Putting him as an A. He's obviously one of the best pure wrestlers in the world. He came from the the Feds. I think he's only like 30, 31 or something, so he's still got easily a decade in him. He hasn't reached his prime, and if you've been watching AEW lately, you can see his character lately has taken a turn for the better. A bit of a rocky start because initially they had good old Vicky Guerrero screaming into our ears, introducing him. Then his music was a bit off, the crowd couldn't hear him, and it was just a bit off. And then they got Chavo Guerrero in instead of Vicky because people weren't too crash hot on that idea, which I can see why. I like Chavo. I think he's actually on the list. I saw him before. Yeah, there he is. But I read that he has to film a show or something, so he's taking an absence at the moment, and I can almost guarantee you they were going to bring in Ric Flair before the Dark Side of the Ring episode, pretty much exposing him and a few others. So it's definitely a good thing that they haven't brought him in. So they've probably had to axe some ideas to do with Andrade, but at the moment, he's working an angle with Cody Rhodes, who is divisive in himself. We'll get to him. And Malachi Black, and I really like where it's going, and I really like him as a wrestler and the character, so he's an A for now. Next, we've got Angelico. I think he's part of TH2, I think that's their team. To be honest, I'm not a big fan. I haven't really seen much, but what I have seen just doesn't tickle my fancy. So, I mean, they're like good wrestlers, but just their characters, their presentation and all that, I'm just not a fan of. I'm going to put him in E, and I'll get his tag partner. I think it's Jack Evans. I'll put him in there too. Yeah, just not my cup of tea. I know there's a few people that like, I forget which one, I think it's Angelico, the dancing he does. But admittedly, I haven't seen too much of them. So yeah, I'll just put them in E for now. Obviously, in the future, they're on TV more. I see more of their characters that could go up, but for now, they're E. Next up, we've got Anna Jay. Jungle Boy is a lucky man to have Anna Jay as his girlfriend. Jesus. But anyway, Anna Jay. I'm thinking either B or A. She's also part of the Dark Order, number 99. She's only like 22 or something. She has got a massive career ahead of her. She's getting better and better with each match. You can see that. She's putting in the work. She came back from an injury lately. So I appreciate what she has done so far, given her age. I'll put her in B along with Abaddon. I can see her ceiling being an S, to be honest. She's got everything. She's got the looks, the presentation, the skills. She's got the package. So all she needs is more TV time, more development, just more more matches under her belt, and we'll see her rise even more. And yeah, so we'll put her in B. Next, we've got Glock Anderson. Good old arm. Just for the Glock, I'm tempted to put him in S. Obviously, he's a legend of the business, going back to the Four Horsemen days. Obviously, way before my time. I'm only 21, so you know, what I did see growing up was like the John Cena era, 2010, that kind of those kind of years. But I do know of Anderson's impact on the business. By the way, these rankings are purely based on what I've seen in AEW, but I also make reference to like their history or what they've done for the business. I like how they've presented him on TV. They clearly respect him. He's a legend, and justifiably so. They've treated him like one. I'm going to put him in C. Not because he isn't good or anything, just because he's not like the prime attraction. Obviously, he's mentoring Cody. But I do like his character, so we'll put him in C. I think that's where he should be at this stage of his career. Obviously, if he was still wrestling, he would be like an A, probably. But he's a very solid mentor for Cody, and obviously the Glock reference will go down in history. So yeah, we'll put him as a C. Next, we got Austin Gunn of the Gunn Club. He's Billy Gunn's son, and I think they're twins. I could be wrong. I know he's got a brother, Colton. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they're twins. We'll say they're just brothers. Haven't really seen too much. I know people joke online how they're undefeated. They should get shots at Kenny Omega, which is funny to see. And they definitely should, by the way. Admittedly, I can't say too much about them. Put them in D, above TH2. Where's their dad, Billy? Would have been nice if this was in alphabetical order. It seems to be mostly. I don't think they've got them in here. But yeah, we'll put the Guns in D. They're still pretty young, I'm pretty sure. I can see them being like B level players, maybe. Definitely in the mid card. So yeah, we'll chuck them there. Next, we've got Lever Bates, the librarian. Honestly, I haven't seen a match of hers, and I haven't seen her on TV, but I know that she has been with them for a couple of years. Performed on Dark and Elevation, I'm pretty sure. I appreciate the work she puts in the character, but it's not necessarily for me. Ugh, I feel bad. I'm going to put it in as an F. Yeah, I feel bad, but I haven't seen any of the matches, and what I have seen of her character, it's not really for me. So we'll put her as an F. Sorry, Lever. Next, we got the Big Show. Jesus, he's been around the block, hasn't he? Good old Paul White. He's got banger music though. Give him that. Jeez. Paul White. In terms of what he brings to AEW behind the scenes, you cannot beat that experience. He's a tremendous asset in terms of that. In terms of on-screen performer, put him as a D. Obviously, I can see him like putting over Will Hobbs or Nick Comoroto or some like a big dude who needs a big scalp. I can see him being in that position, but other than that, he shouldn't really be on screen as such. I think he's a commentator on Dark Elevation. They're just having a sip of water. Yeah, pretty sure he's a commentator. And he's doing a great job there and behind the scenes as well. He obviously had that squash against Quality TV Marshall, QT Marshall. But yeah, we'll just put him as a D. Obviously, his whole career would be probably B or A. But in AEW so far, he's a D, which is probably where he should be, realistically. Big Swole. I'm pretty sure she's had health issues, if I'm not mistaken. So she hasn't really been given the chance to really shine. What I have seen, she's got a lot of personality, good character, but I think her in-ring skills are a bit sloppy. That's just based on what other people have said, as I haven't really seen the match of hers. We'll put it as an E for now. I don't know how old she is, so I'm assuming she's young. So she could be like B or A level player. I think she just needs TV time, work out her character more, get some more matches in. Then we'll probably see what she's capable of. Here we go. Malachi Black. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put him as an S. Maybe a bit controversial, but what he has brought to AEW so far in his character is tremendous. He is second to none, except maybe Bray Wyatt, who may be AEW bound. I reckon there's a good chance of that. Wyndham Rotunda, pretty sure he'll be known as. But anyway, yeah, his character work, Malachi's work, is superb. You cannot fault it. His entrance is Undertaker-esque in terms of just the eeriness, the aura, the presence that he brings. The whole crowd goes silent, which is a sign of respect, taking everything in. He's an awesome wrestler, and his character work is sensational, so definitely putting him in as an S. I just really like what he's brought so far, and I can see him definitely challenging for the world title within a year or two. I just love his work. He's just done a great job, so I'm going to put him as an S. The Blade. He's part of the Butcher and the Blades tag team. I like them as a pair. They definitely got the look and charisma to definitely be worthwhile players in AEW. I reckon I'll put him as a C. Where's his mate, the Butcher? He should stick out like a sore thumb. He's got the beard and the look. Where are ya? I think I'm going blind here. The Butcher. You'd think he'd be B here, but he's not. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely blind here. Where is he? I'm sure I'll come across him at some point. Oh, there he is. Yep, I'm blind. He was under B. I like the Butcher more than the Blade. I'm going to put the Butcher as a B. But as a tag team, they're a C. But I just prefer the Butcher over the Blade. But both of them are like their characters, their wrestling skills as well. They're a very solid tag team. For now, they're mid-card, but I can see them being A, B level players. Potentially having a tag team run. That'll be cool to see. Probably another year and a half, 2 years. I definitely like what they bring. Every time they're on tally, I enjoy it. And yeah, their characters are very good, so we'll put them there. Next we've got Anthony Bowens of The Acclaimed. putting the Acclaimed in B. I love what they bring. Obviously, though, Max Caster can push the limits a bit and has got himself in hot water there a couple times. Hopefully, he learns his lesson, which I'm sure he will. I'm sure he's got a great support network at AEW. It's like a family. You can tell that for everything they do. And I love that TK, Tony Khan, allows them to be themselves, to not censor them. And it's fun to see. It's unpredictable. It's fun. It's what it should be. And people say he's a poor man's John Cena with the Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick that he had. I can definitely see similarities, but I think there's a difference in their presentation, especially with the two of them. They just bring something fresh and new and exciting to AEW, and I would love to see them get a tag team run at some point. I love their work. I can definitely see them being S tier one day. They just got the it factor as a team, and apparently before AEW, TK saw them and he wanted to put them together, which is a fantastic idea. He's just able to have that sixth sense in a way to see who should be tag team partners, who should be in the faction, yada yada. I love what they bring. For now, they're B. But definitely seeing them being an S one day. Brandy Rhodes. As an on-screen performer, I don't really want to see her on my screen. Of course, I appreciate what she does behind the scenes. She does great work. And obviously had a kid recently. As an on-screen performer, on the mic, she's pretty good. But in general, just going to put her as an E. She shouldn't really be an on-screen performer, and there's rumours she's going to come back to the ring. Look, if they can make her interesting and actually worth watching, then I'll give it a go by all means. But for now, I'll put her as an E. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, S. Straight up. So just having a sip of water. She has been fantastic. Her character work is second to none. I think she had an ACL injury. Was it to a knee a year and a half ago or something? I think it was just before the pandemic or during it. And she worked on the character so much, and she has got herself incredibly over with the crowd. It's a testament to her work. You love to see it. And I just love her character, what she brings, her matches. She's got the package, and she's definitely worthy of being an S tier. She's obviously the women's champion at the moment. And I think she should hold that until next year for sure. And I think she should lose it to Thunder Rosa. They've got a long feud going on there. That'll be a great story. But yeah, everything she has done has been top notch. Definitely worthy of an S tier, in my opinion. It's where she deserves to be. Mr. Brody Lee, rest in peace, my man. S tier. No explanation needed. We'll put him first, actually. May you rest in peace, Brody Lee. Next we've got Bunny. She is that annoying heel you love to see get slapped, which is a testament to her character. I'm going to put her as a C. She's a very solid worker. I appreciate her character. As I said, she has that annoying heel look about her. She's playing her role very well. And I like what she brings. I think the women need some more heels, and her and Penelope Ford we bring up as well to see, because they're a tag team sometimes. They both do very well in their roles. I know some people aren't too big on them, or they'll put them D, E, or even F. But I like them, what they bring. I reckon if they work on their in-ring skills more and their characters, I can see them being an A, B maybe. For now, they're C. Next, we've got Boom Boom Colt Cabana of the Dark Order. We'll put him as a C as well. What I've seen is a very solid worker. He's got a unique character. He knows what he's doing. Very experienced. And I like what he brings to the group. They have a very good dynamic together. They just gel. They have that chemistry. It definitely shows. Like they had that 8-man tag match. It was on Dynamite or Rampage in last week, I think, where they dressed up for Halloween, and he killed it. They all did. And he's definitely worthy of being C. Very solid worker. And he's doing some good stuff. Good old Christian Cage. What a veteran. We'll put him as A. His theme music is a banger. I think it's from his Impact TNA days, where it counts down from 10. Love that theme. He is, I think he's 47 years old, but he doesn't act like it at all. He performs like a 27-year-old. He is a great worker, puts on great matches. He had a ripper match against Kenny Omega for the title. No explanation needed for Christian Cage, really. He speaks for himself. He's worthy of being an A-level player. Chavo Guerrero is currently off tally. As I said before, I think he's filming a show on TV, I read. That's what he was doing. Based on what I have seen, put him as a C. He was with Andrade El Idolo as his manager, assistant, whatever you want to call him. Obviously, he's gone off tally for now, but based on what I've seen, put him as a C. Ooh, Cody Rhodes. He is very, very, very controversial with the fans. He's playing the long game here. I can definitely see him turning heel. He keeps saying he won't, but I think he's just playing with the fans. I reckon he'd be A or S as a heel. Based on what I've seen, though, I'm closing my eyes right now. See, not too crash hot on him, based on his on-screen character at the moment. Keywords at the moment. I can see the seeds being planted, especially with Malachi Black. He sprays the mist into his face. Can't imagine that does much good for you, and he's done that a few times, and I think it's going to corrupt him. He's going to turn heel, and he'll shoot right up to A or S. But for now, he's a C in my opinion. Clearly, he's a good wrestler, no doubting that. But just his character and personality, I'm not too big on. Adam Cole, baby. S. Next to his miso. Everything about what he has brought to AEW has been immaculate. His theme song is the best in the company, in my opinion. Absolute banger. I've got it on my gym playlist, on my chill playlist, just on every playlist. It's just a banger. Like, not even a wrestling song, it's just in general a banger. Mikey Ruckus has done a bloody great job. Besides the theme song, though, his presentation, his wrestling is top notch. Definitely worthy of being an S tier. You can see the seeds being planted. with him and the Young Bucks turning on Kenny, and potentially Kevin Owens from WWE joining AEW as Kevin Steen and forming Mount Rushmore with Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. And that would be a moment and a half, that would be. But yeah, he's definitely worthy of being an S tier. He's played fantastic wrestler and great character, so put him in an S. Nick Comoroto, we put as a C. I really like his look. He's got that grizzly, big dude, like back from the 80s look. I think he needs to get out of the factory, though. That's a shitty faction at the moment. Except for Anthony Ogogo and him. That group doesn't have much going on for it. As I say, I really like his look. I reckon if he develops a character separate from the factory, like just a big, devastating heel or something, I could definitely see him being an A. But for now, I'll put him as a C. Tay Conti. Very beautiful woman. My God. If it was look, she'll be an S for sure. But what she brings to AEW, put her as a B. I really like her in-ring skills. She's obviously got the look. She's over with the fans. I love her relationship with Negative One. Very wholesome stuff. And I think, yeah, she is challenging Britt Baker at Full Gear, which is in 10 days Aussie time, so I think it's 11 days for US. Yeah, she's definitely a B player. I can see her being A or even S if she continues to work on what she brings to the screen. Her in-ring skills are getting better. And yeah, she's definitely worthy of being a B. Brandon Cutler, the Elite Stooge. He is doing an awesome job in his role. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what his capabilities are, his potential is. He plays his role to perfection. So in terms of that, we'll put him as a B. Prior to this role, I'll probably put him as a D or an E. But just what he brings personally to the group and presentation, he's doing awesome things. So we'll put him as a B. S tier, Bryan Danielson. No disputing this whatsoever. The American Dragon. He's been on an absolute tear since he's been in AEW. My God. He main evented WrestleMania this year. And he's just come to AEW just like, I'm just going to put on banger after banger after banger. And you can't dispute that. He has just gone on an absolute tear. The man's 40, but tell you what, he can go on for years. The match he had with Kenny Omega was an instant classic. 5 out of 5. And I love the technicality he brings, like working the limbs, the joints, really telling a story like old mate CM Punk. I love that type of storytelling, and he takes that to another level. He's in the tournament at the moment, and due to recent events with Jon Moxley, Mox has been, I think he took himself into the inpatients for alcohol treatment. Wish him the best of luck. It's never easy, and he takes a lot of courage to seek help. My respect for him has gone up. I hope he recovers well, because they're clearly going for Mox and Danielson in the final. They may still do that. I think impatience, like, you can still go in and out, so whether Mox is up to it, it's clearly up to him. Totally up to him. Wrestling should be the last thing on his mind, so whenever he's ready. But I think Danielson will probably end up winning it now. So it'll be interesting how that works. But I mean, he's definitely S tier for sure. Christopher Daniels, put him as a C. He's 51 or even 52. Very, very good wrestler. I think he's with SCU. I think he's on Impact now. He's like, quote marks, retired from AEW. He'll probably have a retirement match against Frankie, maybe. Very, very solid worker. You can't go wrong with going up against him. So we'll put him as a C. Dante Martin. You know what? I'm high on this kid. Which is so weird saying, I'm older than him. And the stuff he does is quite remarkable. He's insane. I've never seen anyone get so high in the air. It's crazy. He's like 20 and he's already doing this. It's bloody ridiculous. If he works on his character, which he is doing with Leo Rush, he can definitely be an S tier. He has got decades ahead of him. And his brother Darius, I haven't seen too much of. I don't think I've seen him at all, to be honest. And he's been injured, so we'll put him as a C. But people have said he was better than his brother. So the genes in their family must be bloody insane. But yeah, Dante, I love that they've been showcasing him, strapping a rocket to him pretty much, showcasing what he can deliver. And boy, oh boy, has he delivered. So yeah, definitely an A for him. And his brother Darius, I haven't seen much of at all, so I'll put him as a C, but I've heard people said he's fantastic as well. Darby Allin, A. The stuff he has been doing with Sting has been fantastic. He's a great wrestler, great character. Love what he brings. He's over with the fans. Kids dress up as him. He's still like 26 or something, 27. He's part of the 4 pillars of AEW. So you got like Darby Allin, MJF, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, and the other 5th one, Ricky Starks. I reckon he's equal with those. And he's definitely an A. I can definitely see him being an S in a few years. He's got so many years ahead of him. As long as he doesn't kill himself doing stunts and blade tricks. I can see him being on Jackass one day. He just fits that mold well. But yeah, he's bloody ripper. The captain, Shaun Dean. Put him as a D. I respect what he does behind the scenes. He's a good wrestler. He's primarily on Dark and Elevation, so I haven't seen too much of him, but what I have seen is very solid. I think he just needs to develop a character and get TV time, but I'm sure they'll come. So we'll put him as a D for now. Serena Deeb. A. That may be a bit controversial, but I love her heel character at the moment. She is personifying Bret the Hitman Hart to a T. She is one of the best women wrestlers on the planet at the moment. I love what she's doing. And I love the story she's been having with Hikaru Shida. She is a ripper. Yeah, I could almost put it as an S. She keeps up her work. I just really love her character. So yeah, she's an A. Dustin Rhodes, B. The man is like 50, 51. He's been doing it since the 80s, I believe. And he is a very, very good wrestler at his age. Wait, not even considering his age, just a very good wrestler. So, considering his age, he is unbelievable. He brings a lot. if a young up-and-comer wants to test themselves, prove their mettle, go up against Dustin Rhodes. Very solid. Ethan Page. Put him as a B as well. I love his heel work, his character. You can see he's devoted to his craft. He's with Scorpio Sky at the moment with American Top Team, which I've been enjoying that story. It's got better the last few weeks. It was a bit iffy to start, but I love what they've been doing with Scorpio. Scorpio Sky, well, here you are. We'll put them as a B as well. I love what they're doing. They bring good heel work. And Dan Lambert and them are getting nuclear heat from the crowd, which is you love to see. So I'll put him as a B. Ray Phoenix. S or A? We'll put him as an S with his brother. Ray Phoenix and Penta El Zero Medio. I butchered that. But what I won't butcher is how good they are as a tag team. My God. It's like having two Rey Mysterios, but even better. It's insane. They're clearly worthy of being an S tier. They're the tag team champs for a reason. They bet the Young Bucks in the steel cage match, that was a bloody good match. I think that was at All Out, pretty sure. That's one of my favourite matches of all time, to be honest. It was very good. They're definitely worthy of being an S. They're versing FTR at Full Gear, which I'm very keen for. I love FTR, what they bring as well, and we'll get to them later. But the Lucha Brothers are definitely S tier. I love what they bring. Bobby Fish. C. He's a very solid worker. He's recently been brought to AEW. He is 45, which I couldn't believe at first. He doesn't move like one. Very solid worker. I think, obviously, he's versus CM Punk. He's a heel at the moment. I think he just needs a character, get some mic time, get some heat, and I could see him being a B player. But I think for his role, he was doing very well. And I like his matches, so can't fault that. Fuego del Sol. See, I love what he brings. I love that story with the contract signing with him and Sammy Guevara. How TK sent him out, and it was on the fly. Supposedly, Fuego had no idea it was happening. It was a bloody wholesome moment. You love to see it. And I love what he brings. So he's a very solid worker. Love his character. Put him as a C. Griff Garrison. Or as Mr. Brody Lee would famously say, who the fuck is Griff Garrison? Griff Garrison. I put him as a C. He's with Brian Pillman Jr., wherever you are. I reckon I'm being blind again. Brian Pillman Jr., where you at? There you are. I like Brian better at the moment. I like his character more and his wrestling, but not against Griff Garrison. Brian's a B player, I reckon. But I forget their tag team name. The Varsity Blondes, that's it. I love their character work as a team. I can definitely see them being an A or S tier team and individuals as well in like the next 5 years, I reckon. They'll continue to work at it. They'll get better, get more screen time, and they'll be in the spotlight in no time. So yeah, Griff's a C and Brian a B. As I say, I like Brian a bit better than Griff, but they're very, very good wrestlers. Jake Hagar. Put him as a C. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but in his role in the inner circle, he's doing a very good job as like the enforcer. He had that feud with Wardlow, which was very good to see on screen. The little subtleties and the nods they did. Yeah, he plays his role pretty good. Very solid worker. Plays his role well, so we'll put him as a C. FTR, Dax Harwood, A. And where's Cash Wheeler? Where at, Cash? I thought that was him there. Here we are. What the hell's happening here? FTR, very, very good tag team. One of the best in the world, clearly. They love their heritage. Their guidance under Tully Blanchard has been fantastic. He's obviously a 4 horseman himself, legend. And FTR called themselves the Living Legends, and I can see why. I love their work. They're versing the Lucha Bros at Full Gear, which I'm very keen for. Hopefully they get 20 minutes, at least 20. They'll burn the house down. But yeah, Dax and Cash, very good. Love what they bring. Definitely A level players. Ooh, Jamie Hayter. Again, if it was Lorx, she is S, man. My God. You know what? She's B. I love her character work. Love her matches. It's a slow burn with her and Britt Baker. You can see the seeds a bit. I think Jamie's going to go for that title, but I don't know if that'll happen before Thunder Rosa is going to get it off her, because I reckon that's the plan. But either way, you can see the seeds being planted. Love her look, her character, her skills, everything is top notch. Definitely a B player in my eyes. Powerhouse Hobbs is a B as well. I love what he brings. His theme song as well is a banger, man. I've got it in my gym playlist. Gets me in the mood. Gets the blood pumping. So I can't imagine. I can only imagine what it's like for him going out to the ring. He versed CM Punk, which was a very good match. He has a bright future ahead of him. So obviously with Team Taz at the moment, which I love as well. But yeah, he's definitely a B level player. I can see him being A or S as well in a few years. He's a very good wrestler, so put him as B. Speaking of good looking, bloody Jade Cargill. Is she Wonder Woman or what? Put her as a B or an A. Put her as a B. Her presentation is Goldberg-esque from WCW back in the 90s in terms of undefeated streak, the way they're protecting her, how powerful she is, who the hell is going to stop her, you know, all those type of stuff. They're doing a great job. Her wrestling she probably just needs more matches under her belt and a bit longer as well. They've pretty much just been squashes, which is fair enough, protecting her character, building her up. I can definitely see her being an S. If she has the look to go megastar, like Britt Baker. She just needs more matches under her belt, but I love what she brings. Joey Janela, F. I'm not the biggest fan of him, to be honest with you. Obviously, I appreciate what he does behind the scenes and his character and whatnot. But he's just not for me. For other people, that's fair enough. But for me personally, I put him as an F. Christopher Jericho. A, my friend. His wrestling has declined a bit, which is obviously to be expected. He's 50, 51. He's put on a bit of weight, but he's still putting on some good matches. His theme song and the way he works with the crowd that's S tier. S plus tier, really. That's second to none. I mean, he's Chris Jericho. He's the demo god. He's the Le Champion. He is A tier. No words needed. He is Chris Jericho. Sorry, just keep drinking water. Remember to drink water and stay hydrated, folks. John Silver, Johnny Hungy. I love it when JR says Johnny Hungy. Just something wholesome about that. B for now. He can definitely be S in a few years. He has got everything. He's got the wrestling, he's got the looks, the character, he's over with the fans, he's got everything. He is super over. Obviously part of the Dark Order. You love to see it. Very wholesome stuff. But for now, he's a B. But in a year or two, he could definitely be up here for sure. Lee Johnson. I like what he brings to the table. Very good wrestler. And I thought, well, they may still do it. But on TV, they had Arn Anderson take him away, like, follow me, don't go with Cody. And I was like, I'm very keen to see where this goes. Nothing else has happened really since then. Put him as a C. He has a very bright future. I think he's like 22, 23 or 24 or something. So he's got 15, 20 years in him. He could definitely be in this level. If he develops a good character, I can see him being a good heel. He's got the skills to back it up. Definitely worthy of being a C. Jungle Boy. A. He is super over with the fans. His theme song, Tarzan Boy by Baltimore, is good on TK for getting that song. Just suits him so well. The crowd love it. Taz loves it especially. But yeah, no, everything he's brought to the table has been sensational. His wrestling is top notch. His character is getting better at the mic. He's openly said he doesn't like promos necessarily. But he's definitely getting better. In a year or two, probably a few years, I reckon he will win the title, and I reckon he will go to S tier. But for now, he's an A. He's definitely worthy of being an A. Love what he brings. Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. E. They're currently with Matt Hardy. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Cassidy and Quinn. Although I just saw Leo Rush. I reckon if you pair the two of those with Rush, that is gold right there. And that would shoot them up to AB level. They just need to find the right characters, and I think with Leo Rush, that would be a perfect trios team. But yeah, for now they're E. But potential to definitely climb up. They just need to work on their characters, and they'll get there. Frankie Kazarian, B. Very, very solid worker. I appreciate what he does. He is a veteran of the business. He puts on banger matches. And especially with Adam Cole as well. That was very good. Love what he brings. Just a very, very solid worker, and you need those. You need people to have competitive matches with, and he's definitely one of them. Eddie Kingston, S tier. He is on a tear at the moment. You can see he's turning heel along with Mox. And he's going to well, we're assuming he's going to have a match with CM Punk at Full Gear. They've only got less than 2 weeks to build it, but I trust in both of them to just deliver. The promos alone will be insane, and I'm here for it. He's not the best wrestler in the world, but he doesn't need to be. His character, personality, he makes it seem real. He has the intensity in him. You love to see it. And personally, I love him. He's an S tier. Kip Sabian, F. I'm just not a fan of him at all. Wasn't keen at all on his thing with Miro. He's been teasing a new character though, so I'll give that a chance. He could be like a C level, maybe B, but in my eyes, definitely F. Yeah, just not the biggest fan of him. Lance Archer, C. He's 44, I believe. He's got the looks to just go on an absolute tear in AEW and just destroy everyone like Miro. But he hasn't been given the the rocket hasn't been strapped to his back or anything. I think his time will come with maybe the TNT title. Maybe he's the one to take it off Sammy. But yeah, he obviously has good wrestling matches. Like his character. But based on what I've seen, is a C for now. Layla Hirsch, I'm keen on. She's a B. I love her presentation. I love her combativeness, her in-ring nous, her skills. Sorry about the notification. If she can develop her character more, given more on-screen time, like, I can just picture probably won't happen, but like, imagine Kurt Angle leading a stable with her, if Chad Gable made the jump, and Anthony Ogogo. That is money capitalized. Like, she has potential to be A, even S maybe. But I really like what she brings, like her matches. And yeah, she is B in my eyes. Leo Rush, B as well. He obviously hasn't wrestled in AEW so far. They'll obviously change, and he's obviously a great wrestler. He's still so young. He's like 26, and he's accomplished so much. So he hasn't hit his prime, and he's already doing great character work with Dante Martin. I'm so keen to see what the future holds for him in AEW. Definitely B-level player. He can definitely rise to A, I reckon. And who knows, maybe even S. He's definitely got the package. Luchasaurus. B as well, I reckon. He's obviously part of the Jurassic Express with Jungle Boy. Very, very, very good wrestler. He's over with the fans. Whenever he gets the hot tag in, the crowd go nuts for him. Very good, big wrestler. I could see them having a tag team run at some point. Be deservedly so. But yeah, love what he brings, so he's a B. Luther, F. The straight up F. That's it. Brian Cage, C. His character work and promos has been off with the crowd. He doesn't hit. Obviously, love his look and presentation. His in-ring ability. All that is very good. But yeah, he just needs to work on his promos. I reckon he could be a heel. I think he's a face at the moment. Let him go on a tear. Just go on a Miro type run and just demolish everyone. Same with Lance Archer. That would be money right there. Marco Stunt D. E. not the biggest fan of Marco, but he obviously brings something to Jurassic Express, so I appreciate what he does with his character. But it's just not for me, necessarily. But he definitely has a role, and he plays it very well, but he's an E for me. Mark Henry has not wrestled. I'm sure he will, maybe once or twice, against like a... Where is he? I thought I put Will Hobbs in. Yeah, there we go. Against like Will Hobbs or something, same as Paul White, putting him over. He's been on Rampage. I love that segment he does, where it's like, it's time for the main event. I love when he does that. In the interviews he does. We'll put him as a D. Same as Paul White. Paul White, put them together. Doesn't need to be an on-screen character except for the interviews. But he's playing his role very well, and off-screen he's been doing excellent work with the community outreach stuff they do. He is a huge asset, so in terms of that he'll be like an A, but on-screen character, a D. Matt Hardy. Pains me to say, put him as a D. He's one of my favourites in terms of whole career. His character's just not hitting, and his group just seems disjointed. It's not working. Obviously, Matt Hardy can be an A. S in terms of character. Just needs to work out what he can bring. I think he's 46, 47, so he's clearly hasn't got too much in-ring wrestling left in him. I'm not expecting him to put on bangers in a TLC match anymore. But I still think there's a role for him for sure. Just needs to have the right people or the right character and he'll be set. Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. A. Obviously, excellent in-ring performance. Their characters as well are they're bloody good. I'd say they're not quite S with their characters. In my eyes, I obviously appreciate what they bring, what they do. And in-ring, they're an S. But I think taking into account in-ring characters, promos, all that, put them as an A, which is still bloody good. But yeah, they're one of the best in-ring of all time. No disputing that. But yeah, we'll put him as an A. Matt Lee with Jeff Parker, I believe. 2.0. They played the goofy heels very well. I love their characters, along with Daniel Garcia. Speaking of, he is not in this list. But if he were, I'd put him as an A. I love his character and what he brings. His in-ring skills as well is phenomenal. But 2.0, you need goofy heels. They play it very well, very solid. So put them as a C. Miro, S. His character, ever since the Best Man, I guess you could say debacle to start off with, he has been, no pun intended, elite. He has been one of the best men in AEW. His character work is almost second to none. His theme song, The Redeemer, I've got that on my gym playlist. It just makes him come across as like a Roman god. Like if you were fighting in the Colosseum, he would be the final boss and the music plays. He's got that aura and presence about him, and I love that. I love that character work. So definitely an S. Speaking of S, MJF. He's probably my favourite wrestler at the moment. His character work would be above an S in promos. Honestly, he is a god on the mic, and I cannot wait for the day him and CM Punk go at it. It has to be when MJF wins it off Adam Page. I reckon that's going to happen. CM Punk will win it off MJF, and it'll be one of the best feuds of all time. I'm calling it now. It's a big call, but honestly, he is just a bloody god. You can see his love and passion for the business. He is better than us, and we know it. But no, he's clearly S tier. One of the four pillars of AEW. He's still only 25, I think. He is going to be a big time player for the rest of his career. He's going to be one of the best of all time, and he's my favourite at the moment. Because of he's my favourite, put him next to Mr. Brody Lee. But yeah, he's clearly one of the best. They rate him very highly, and deservedly so. Speaking of another S, what a hat trick here. Jonathan Moxley. As I said earlier, I hope he recovers well from his stint in inpatients, recovering from alcohol. But in terms of AEW, what he's brought so far, definitely S tier. His character work has been excellent. His wrestling, excellent. He's clearly turning heel. And I doubt he's going to wrestle Orange Cassidy, but because of what's happened. But if he were to, I think he would squash him to get that heat onto him. And then ideally, it'll be him and Danielson at Full Gear, and Mox cheating to win and going full heel. So yeah, he's definitely S tier. Michael Nakazawa. He plays his role very well in the Elite. I have to put him as a D. Not the biggest fan of him, or what he brings, but I do appreciate what he does for the Elite. So I'll put him as a D. Nyla Rose, C. Very good in-ring performer. But I think she needs to work on her character. And with Vicky Guerrero, that dynamic's a bit off, I think. I reckon she could go on a Miro-type tear through the women's division. I know she's been champion and people are sick of her. But I think if she has the right character, like how Miro transitioned, like something like that, just to make her seem like an absolute boss, I reckon she would be A tier for sure. Yeah, based on what she brings at the moment, she's a C. Anthony Ogogo, B. I know he's only had one or two matches. His theme song, which is based off of Peaky Blinders, is bloody great. He's a Pommy. So in Ashes cricket, we're enemies. Australia versus England. But in terms of AEW, he is one of the best characters, I think. He has been off screen for months now. Excuse me. I think he's had eye surgery. So he's been recovering with that. But his potential is S for sure. I really rate him. I hope he gets back soon and is recovering well. But he can definitely be a big time player for sure. Kenny Omega. This might be controversial, but A. Clearly one of the best in-ring performers. His character work has been very good, but I don't think it's been excellent. Like, he has been very good character-wise, but not excellent. And I think that is stopping him from being an S in my eyes. I can see him turning face after being kicked out by Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. And I think once he's free from being a AEW champion. And from the Elite, I think he can become S tier. I think he's definitely capable for sure. But yeah, he's A in my eyes at the moment. Orange Cassidy, B. Obviously, appreciate the hell out of his character. He is dedicated to his craft. He's super over with the fans. I respect the hell out of him for that. Very good matches as well. But it's not exactly my cup of tea, his character. But as I said, I appreciate the hell out of it. And yeah, he's clearly super over with the fans. So most other people will put him A or S. But just for me, he's a B. That's not anything against him. It's not exactly for me, but that's okay. Ortiz, and we'll get Santana as well. Put him as an A. Where's Ortiz? Santana Ortiz, part of the Pinnacle MJF's group. Where is he? For whom am I looking? Santana. Here we go. Yeah, they're A tier, I think. Very good wrestlers. Their character work as well is very good. They're over with the fans. I love their culture, their heritage. Yeah, I really love their work. So they're... what am I saying? They're not with the Pinnacle. FTR's with the Pinnacle. Bloody idiot. They're with the Inner Circle of Chris Jericho, that's right. Yeah, PNP, Proud and Powerful, very good tag team. They'll have the tag titles again. I think they held it once. I could be wrong. But they're definitely worthy of being an A. Pac. A. Very close to being an S, though. He's kind of in between. Clearly, very, very good wrestler. I love his look, presentation, his character. I love that he doesn't give us stuff. Doesn't beat around the bush. He gets right to it. He's going to tell you straight to your face, "Yo, bastard." He's going to tell you. And I love that about him. He can definitely be an S. He's just a tad off being an S, but he can definitely be an S for sure. Cowboy shit is an S though, however. What more can I say? He is going to win the title off Omega Foot Gear. 99% sure he will. He is incredibly over with the fans. Love his theme song. Yeah, he's the total package. He's going to have a very bright future. He's going to be the champion. He's going to do tremendous things. He already has. I loved it when he was the Marshmallow Tuft Man from Ghostbusters. That was a great reveal there. We knew it was coming, but it was still good. Yeah, he's S tier for sure. Pretty Peter Avalon, E. I appreciate his character, but it's just not for me. As I said, I appreciate what he does. He's a good low card talent, and I think that's his role, and I think he knows that, and he's good at that role. So I think he's an E. CM Punk, he's an F. Who's next? QT Marshall. QT Marshall's an S. Imagine if I left that there. Oh god. CM Punk. No words, just S. His return was one of... I'd place it the best return of all time. Debut return. Edge returning to the Royal Rumble 9 years later is a very close second. But just the whole spectacle and how he sold out an arena based on a rumor, and his music, cult of personality, just hits so hard. It suits him so much. He said in interviews and stuff, he is playing the slow burn with his character. He's deliberately being tired, making it seem like he can't hang anymore. He's 43. He's come back after 7 years. Ring rust. He obviously would have ring rust in real life. But every match is different so far. I think he's 5 and zip. They're clearly building him up. Give it time. He's going to go on an absolute tear, and we'll all be there to love it. But CM Punk, S tier, 100%. Rebel. Britt Baker and her Goonies. Rebel and Jamie Hayter. Put Rebel as a C. I haven't really seen her wrestle, but just her character work, I appreciate the hell out of. Definitely belongs up there. Definitely a C tier for sure. Love what she brings, so we'll put her as a C. Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. I think just the collective Dark Order as a group are C level, so by virtue of that, they're all C. But if it's just personally, I'll put him as probably a D. I'm not too big on his character, but as I said, I appreciate what they bring to Dark Order, and because of that, he's a C. Riho. To be honest, I have not seen her wrestle, I don't think, but everyone says how good she is. Based on what I have seen, put her as a C, but she definitely has the potential to be an A, but very good in-ring performer. I need to see more of the character and all that. I'm sure that'll come in time, so put her as a C. Thunder Rosa is an S. She's going to take the title of Britt Baker. Like with Hangman Adam Page, I am 99% sure that will happen. I love her character. She's one of the best in ring on the planet, along with Serena Deeb. I'm sure they've had a match before, but Jesus, I would love to see that. Imagine face Thunder Rosa, champion versus Serena Deeb in a long feud. Give me that right now. Inject it into my veins, as Homer Simpson would say. I think it was Barney, actually. You know what I mean. Emmy Sakura. Admittedly, again, I haven't seen much of her at all. I know she's got like a Queen character or something. I know she's been on Dark and all that. So based on all that, put her as a D. Pretty sure she's a veteran of the business. I appreciate her work and all that. But I have to put her as a D. Sammy Guevara, A. Obviously the TNT champion, as you can see. Super over with the fans. Very good in ring. His character is very good. I think he just needs time to be an S. He'll definitely be an S one day. Probably when he wins the world title, you could say that will happen. Yeah, he's very, very good at what he does. And one of my favourites in AEW, Hikaru Shida, B. A. Thinking about it. We've been in the feud with Serena Deeb. Seen the best of both of them. Loving her character work, and obviously in ring she is superb. She was obviously AEW Women's Champion. Dropped that to the Doctor. But yeah, she's very good. You love to see it. You love to see her being back on TV and being in the feud with Deeb. Because there were people complaining how she wasn't in the feud, how she was just ridden off tally pretty much ever since she dropped the title.
But yeah, she's definitely A level. Speaking of A, Ruby Soho. Love it when Taz sings Ruby Soho. It's good shib. Good shit. Ruby Soho, she came across from the WWE. She had a great debut at All Out as the Joker in the Casino Battle Royale. She has been very... can't get rid of that. Very good wrestler. Very good promos against Britt Baker. She more than held her own, which no one has done that yet against Britt. So she's definitely A level for sure. Aaron Solo, F. Along with QT Marshall of the Factory. I just do not like his character at all. Don't know what he brings, but I'm pretty sure he's with the Nightmare Factory or something. Like, with Cody Rhodes, so he's being trained there and all that. I think he just needs the right character. I can see him being like a C level player. But to me, that's probably his ceiling, but he could surprise me and be A or something. But for now, he is F. Sunny Kiss. I think on Twitter I saw that I can call... God, I don't know the right terminology. I think they for Sunny, or he or she, or I'm not 100% sure, so sorry if I'm making a mistake. But yeah, Sunny Kiss. I'll say she, because I think I've seen people say it. I haven't seen much of what she brings to the screen. But I know she's been on Dark, doing very well in ring. She's got new music. But character-wise, not the biggest fan. Put it as a D. To get the right character, definitely be A or B, I think. Has that potential. Shawn Spears of the Pinnacle. I've got that right. I know he's in the Pinnacle. C. Very solid worker. Not the biggest fan of his character, but I appreciate it. Very solid worker. And I think his ceiling is probably a B. But yeah, he's doing his role very well. And I think C is a good spot for him. Ricky Starks. I'm a huge fan of A. FTW champion, which isn't acknowledged in AEW. Like not sanctioned. He is one of the best young talents in the whole company, easy. He could definitely be a world champion one day. He'll definitely be S tier. I just love everything that he brings. His promos, his character, his in-ring, everything. He's got the package. He definitely belongs up with S for a couple of years. I can definitely see that happening. Chris Statlander, the alien from the Andromeda Galaxy. B. I love her in-ring work. She's very strong. And she plays that very well. I love her promos, her characters, all that character work. So she's definitely deserving of being a B, in my opinion. I love what she brings. And especially the stuff with Wheeler, Utah, and the best friends. You love to see it, so definitely B. Sting, S. He is one of my favourites of all time. WCW, WWE, AEW, TNA. He is a legend. The man is the same age as my mother. And he's still flying off the top rope. He's moving like he's 20 years younger.
he is being treated like a legend because he is absolutely a legend, and he is one of my favourites of all time. His theme song is in my gym playlist. He is just an out and out legend. He's probably deserving to be of his own category, to be honest. But yeah, no, he's clearly one of the best. And just looking at this, I would love for Sting and CM Punk to do something one day. Obviously, probably like a tag team or something, but just the idea of Sting and CM Punk doing something together, my word. But yeah, Sting, S tier. No doubt at all. Stu Grayson, C. Obviously part of the Dark Order as well. Probably not the biggest fan of his character, but along with Alex Reynolds, by virtue of being in the Dark Order, they're in C. They had a great. I think he dressed up as Kratos from God of War on the Halloween episode where they dressed up, which was fun to see. Be a very, very solid worker. Probably in ring he's a B or A. But just his overall character, presentation, yada yada, put him as a C. Matt Seidel, B. I like his in-ring ability, his character, extremely solid worker. You can't go wrong. Him and CM Punk had a very good match. You love to see it. I definitely think he's B, and that's probably his ceiling, in my opinion, and he's probably there. But nothing wrong with that. He's still a very good performer, in-ring character. He's got it down pat. Chuck Taylor. I'm going to say D. Not the biggest fan, but I appreciate what he brings to the best friends. How they're over with the fans. But yeah, just in my opinion, not the biggest fan of him. But that's okay. Taz. A. Love his on-screen character with Team Taz. He was one of the best when he was on SmackDown, I think it was, commentating years ago. And being commentator for Dark and Rampage, love his work. He's one of the best. And he is playing his role superbly well. He couldn't do any better, really. He's absolutely deserving of being an A. Trent, probably with Chuck Taylor as well, the best friends. Pretty sure they're best friends. I think I've got that right. Again, like, obviously Trent's mum would be an S, no doubt about that, in the van. Put him as a D. I like what they bring as a collective, but just individually, just not the biggest fan, but I think he's a good in-ring worker, based on what other people have said. But yeah, just not my, not the biggest fan of him. Evil Uno, got a Dark Order, have a lot of people. C again. I probably like him more than like Stu and Alex. He's a very solid worker. He's been like the unofficial leader of the group since like Hangman and Adam Page. He brings a lot to the Dark Order. And yeah, I think he's a C level. Red Velvet, C as well. I like her like stir in the pot character. I think she's got a big future. I reckon she could be A level. Even S maybe. I think she's got the look and all that. She just needs to work on her character, her promos, continue working in ring, more TV time, chemistry, all that. Combine that together, strap a rocket to her, bang, money. Wardy Low, B, with the potential to be A or S. He is going to do a Batista-like turn with MJF, and you can see the seeds happening every week. It's been going on for a couple years now, and AEW have been playing the very slow burn with that, but they will make it all the more better, and it's going to be very much like a Batista turn. It's going to be very good. He's going to go on an absolute tear. He's going to absolutely rip MJF to shreds, and you will love to see it. But nah, sorry, just reorganising a bit. Wardlow, yeah, he's gonna be AEW champion one day. He's gonna go on an absolute tear. He's gonna, yeah, you can just see it. He's got the package, and JR is very high on him, and you can see why. But yeah, he's definitely B. Potential to go A or S. Last but not least is Yuka Sakazaki. Saki? Admittedly, I have not seen any of her at all. Was she champion? I don't think she was. Honestly, don't have any idea. But I'm gonna put her in D along with like Emmy Sakura. I think she's that type of level. Just based on what other people have said. That's all I'm basing it on, because I have not personally seen her. But I'm sure she's very good, and hopefully we'll see her work one day. I'll tell you what, that is my list, done and dusted. If you have made it this far into the video, I salute you. I genuinely appreciate you, and let me know down below what you think of the list. But yeah, jeez. I think it's been going almost 2 hours. God. But yeah, I mean, Mr. Brody Lee deserves to be number one for sure. Then you got like MJF, Sting, CM Punk, Adam Cole, Malachi Black, Bryan Danielson, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Lucha Bros, Eddie Kingston, Miro, John Moxley, Adam Page, Thunder Rosa. That's my S tier. And this is just my opinion. But yeah, this is... I mean, when you look at this roster, it is insane, man. Is one of the best of all time that anyone's ever had, I think. It's definitely up there, and I think they're only going to add to it, which is just insane. But look at Sting, CM Punk, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson. Those four are the big ones. Like, yeah, it's just insane. But AEW are building a roster for the ages. Their product at the moment is 9.5 out of 10. They're not really doing anything wrong. They're making every week much watched TV, and you love to see it. So again, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I think I've got a pretty good list, to be honest. Looking back at it. Obviously, like Cody Rhodes, be a bit controversial, and a few like interchangeable ones, but for the most part, I think I've done a pretty solid job. But yeah, this is the AEW roster tier list video. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I truly appreciate you. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.